Hey comic book fans, hey Spider-Man fans, welcome back to Spidey Classics episode number 10. And fans, you're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to talk about a classic story that has to do with the Spider-Man universe. And we're going to be talking about Kraven's Last Hunt. That's right, everybody. And we're starting off with part one, and it takes place in Spider-Man issue number, or Web of Spider-Man issue number 31. That's right, fans. Really cool cover here. You get to see Spidey caught up in the net in his black costume, rifle pointed at him, and yeah, it looks like he's just about to die. The title is otherwise known as The Coffin. This whole event was written by J.M. DeMatteis, and the penciler, I think, I'm not sure if the penciler all the way through is Mike Zeck, but at least in this issue, I know it was through him. But really cool stuff here. If you look at the artwork right from the start, the artwork in this particular issue is very dark. This story is very dark because all it has to do with is absolute death in the particular issue, whether it's someone dying in Spider-Man's current time, whether it's he dying or Kraven the Hunter that's dying. That's basically what this story really has to do about. You get to see him wear the black costume. Now it's not the symbiote, and you get to see Kraven here covered in spiders. This is just a regular black costume that Spider-Man wears, and you get to see the classic like 80s style here, where you get to see all the movements from the Spider-Man moving from building to building. So really cool stuff. This event took place in the mid 80s. If you guys want to, you can check it out through the trade, or you can collect these back issues. So what was this story about? What did I think about this actual story? Well, first off, Kraven is very frustrated. Kraven feels that his time is coming to an end and that he wants to defeat Spider-Man. And he can't rest unless he destroys Spider-Man. And he's upset at Spider-Man because it's no matter what has happened, Spider-Man has always mocked him, tricked him, eluded him. He's always made him look like a fool. And he's the greatest hunter in the world, but he realizes that Spider-Man is just not a man. He's something more than that. So in the issue, you wind up seeing Spider-Man here show up into some bar, and we wind up there's a character in here, a two-bit gangster. His name is Joe Face, and Joe Face winds up recently dying. And Spider-Man goes into the gang's place, and he wants to pay respects for whatever reason. It's just to show respects to the character, to the villain that has died, because in his mind he's realized that people has died, and Aunt May's eventually going to die, Mary Jane's going to die, and he's going to die. So death is wearing heavily on Spider-Man. So, and we get to see that here when he goes back to his apartment and whatnot. And as he falls asleep, he winds up dreaming that he becomes Kraven the Hunter, and he's eating all these spiders, and it just gets all disgusting and gross. And he wakes up, and so to shake it off, he winds up web slinging, seeing if he can forget about it or whatnot. And it's pretty ironic there that he goes right next to a billboard that has the raid sign on it. And all of a sudden, the next thing you see is two darts get shot at Spider-Man. One misses him. The other one it hits him, and it starts creating some hallucinations that's going on. And he starts seeing the ghost of Joe Face. And the next thing we wind up seeing Kraven the Hunter here, and he winds up capturing Spider-Man into the net. And the next thing we see is, Kraven has this crazy look on his eyes. You get the beat of the drums that is going on, and he winds up shooting Spider-Man, right in the face. I mean, it's gone. And as the issue progresses, you get to see this grave that's being dug for Spider-Man. And by the time we get to the very end of the issue, you get to see Spider-Man in his costume, and he is in the coffin, and he's wind up being buried. And at the end of this first point, if you've never read this story before, you're kind of like, holy shit, Spider-Man just got shot in the face. He's dead, you know? And you're just like dumbfounded by the whole thing. Now, when I first read this story, I was a little kid. Um, you know, I had a couple bits and pieces of the story, never read the whole thing, but I remember reading this issue, and I remember that I was reading it at my dad's restaurant, and I was just like, Spider-Man's dead. I'm like, what the hell? So I was like shocked at the whole thing. And so the next issue we're going to be talking about will be issue 293, which will be the Amazing Spider-Man issue 293. So at the end of this issue, again, I was shocked, but this is a wonderfully told story. It is something that should be in everyone's Spider-Man collection, and it just leaves you on this huge cliffhanger where you're just like, oh my God. And this is probably to date, at this time, one of the darkest Spider-Man stories that there were, because everything about it was just these dark tones, represented death, Spider-Man being depressed, but it really fits what Kraven the Hunter is trying to do here. So I really love this story. I think this story holds to the test of time, and I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 5 stars. Really enjoyed it. Again, for whatever reason, if you guys haven't read Kraven's The Last Hunt, you can get it on this trade, or you can collect it in back issues, which the first part took place in Web of Spider-Man issue number 31, and I think it's 6 issues altogether. So yeah, guys, so after reading this one, I give this one a 5 out of 5. And until the next Spider-Man Classics, guys, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. Thanks for watching. See you soon, fans. Take care. Bye.